So, who are you excited to see perform today?
You know what, this lineup is insane, and I'm actually excited to see every single person on the lineup. But what I'm really, really looking forward to, just in particular, just slightly extra, is those acts that we've seen grow, that we've nurtured on One Extra. People like Heady One and D Block Europe, even Young Bane, acts that are having an incredible time, but that have never done a sold-out O2 arena. It's seeing those acts perform for the first time on such a massive stage is going to be amazing.
Because I'm excited to see Heady One, because that's like a proper big thing for everyone seeing him and stuff. Random question though. Yes. Well, it's not random, but who is your inspiration?
In broadcasting, it's actually Trevor Nelson. And Trevor Nelson actually got me my job. I owe my BBC career to Trevor Nelson because he had me on his show as a guest just when I was doing music many years ago. He had me on as a guest, and when the mics were down, he said, "You'd be really good at presenting." And he just saw something that I hadn't even seen in myself, and he invited me to co-host on his show. And this is the Trevor Nelson I'd grown up watching on The Lick. This is like Trevor Nelson. This is a legend. So it's you know what, being able to watch him up close as well has just made him grow even more in my esteem.
So if that's your career kind of inspiration, do you have a general inspiration, someone that you just kind of look up to?
Oh, my mum, man. It's got to be Mumsy. It's got to be my mum. My mum is just my rock. She's actually want to come tonight, and I was like, allow it. No.
You can give her a shout though.
I shout out my mum's co-hosted my show before. Like, my mum is out here. She's a proper inspiration to me, just because she's incredible. But I gave the tickets to my brother and sister because they're more of age for this event. Do you know what I mean? Like, my mum's like 50 and that. Yeah. She'd be like, what? No. She'd be asking so many questions. Oh yeah.
Who would you say is the biggest person that you've interviewed or really excited to see? Because you had Janet Jackson, which is quite a big one as well.
This is crazy. I was talking about this to my partner last night because it only hit me last night that I interviewed Janet Jackson, and I interviewed her a week before, and it took me a week to actually process it, because when you're doing your job, you have to do your job, right? Like, if you were obsessed with me right now, nobody would know because you're being professional. You gotta calm down. I know deep down you're hyperventilating on the inside for me, but you have to hold it down because you're being professional. When I met Janet Jackson, I had to just be a broadcaster, I had to be professional. And I didn't snap out of that until last night when I realised I was interviewing Janet Jackson the week before. Like, I've grown up obsessed with Janet Jackson, be it TV shows, movies, or music. I've just been obsessed with Janet Jackson. So she is definitely up there. Oprah though. Oprah this year. I don't know where I go from that.
I just would have been starstruck. Like, I would have been like, yeah. Like, what was the first thing you said to her?
I think I told her that she smells nice. Oprah Winfrey smells like money.
Is it?
Yeah. You know those? Have you ever smelled a billion? Have you ever? Because a lot of people don't get the opportunity to smell a billion. I smelled a billion. It's an actual odor that you only unlock when you make your first billion. They present you with whatever it was that she smelled like, because she smelled like heaven.
Smelled rich.
She just smelled wealthy. Like, she smelled like my kids, grandkids, neighbours will be rich. That's how good she smelled. So I told her, yeah.
Is she quite calm? Because I feel like she's really like your grandma that's like really calm, really welcoming. Is she like that?
She is like the auntie you wish you had. She is so down to earth. She's incredible. She was really nice to me, actually. I got to see her 2 days in a row. So we interviewed her one day, and then the next day I was invited to introduce her on the red carpet of her movie. I got to introduce her onto the carpet at the next day at Wrinkle in Time premiere, and she came up to me again and she was like, she gave me some incredible advice, so I won't go into it, but it was just to think that Oprah is taking the time out to converse with me, because she's Oprah. She could easily say, like, this is Oprah. She could easily say, I'm not talking to anybody.
Allow it, I'm not talking to anyone.
Like, when you've got $1 billion, you don't need to talk to anyone. Talk to who? I'll talk to my accountant and that's it. So the fact that she still takes the time out to be so welcoming, and she's definitely up there. It's one of the biggest, for sure.
Okay, so top 5 albums. Top 5 rap albums. Which ones? Go.
Oh, this is you. This will. If you asked me this yesterday, today, and tomorrow, every day I'd give you a different answer.
We need today's.
It's impossible. Jay-Z Blueprint goes in. Miseducation of Lauryn Hill goes in. It's rap with R&B. This is hard, you know.
I thought you'd be like, yeah.
Eminem Slim Shady LP goes in.
He stands in it. Caught you slipping.
No, it's too hard.
I caught you slipping.
2 spaces left out of all the rap albums ever.
So imagine if it was life or death.
No,
Right.
kill me.
Yes, she will die because of an
Impossible,
album.
man. That isn't it. That's you killed me with that question. That's impossible.
So we'll go for 3 then.
That's
Top 3.
That's my top 3 in this specific moment.
In
If you
this,
ask me in an hour,
yeah, it might be different depending on how the show goes, and it might just change.
you never know.
So 3 life lessons you would use. Like, what's your top 3 life lessons that you've learned? I guess you can go with one from Oprah.
Okay. My top life lesson, I don't know if I can boil it down to 3, is don't be scared to deviate from plan A.
That's deep.
Because sometimes plan B was actually the path you were supposed to be on.
I like that one, you know. It depends. Also, if someone wanted to go into the career, like entertainment industry, radio DJ, what kind of advice would you give them as well?
My advice for that, always, when people ask me this, is find a way in through the back door, all right? So if you want to be in the music business, there are what I call front door positions, right? Which is, I want to be a presenter, or I want to be a musician, or I want to... Those are front door positions where everyone's queuing up. There are back door positions, like working a reception, like working behind the camera, like interning in the legal department. Once you're in the building, doesn't matter which way you got in there, you'll find your way to the room that you're supposed to be in. You can queue behind the other billion people trying to get through the front door, or you can find a back door position.
Okay, we're going to play a little game, a quick little game, and the game is called An Extra Little Riddle.
Love it.
Lovely stuff.
With an X.
With the
Not
X.
with an
No. See what I did there with the extra? Okay, cool. So I'm going to ask you some riddles, and then you've got to answer it. And I'm going to give you 10 seconds to answer it. Are you good with riddles?
No.
Okay, we'll go 15. Okay, so what gets wetter the more it dries?
What gets wetter?
The more it dries.
The more it dries.
Think of like what you do on a daily.
A towel.
Good one, innit? Come on. Okay. What is all around us but broken when you say its name?
Silence.
Oh, you're not good at this.
Yeah.
About you're not good at this. Okay. What comes once in a minute, twice in a moment, but never in 1,000 years?
Say that again?
What comes once in a minute, twice in a moment, but never in 1,000 years?
The letter M. Is that the answer?
How are you so good at this though?
I should be
A
a
riddler.
riddles.
A riddler. Is that the name?
Is that a job?
Probably. I don't
I'm gonna
know.
be a solver of
Okay.
riddles.
If you can get all of this right, you can get a prize, all right? I'll get you a Fanta, all right? On me, guys. With no heist. With no heist. Okay. What travels around the world but only stays in one corner?
What travels around the world?
But only stays in one corner.
A lie? A rumor? Oh. What?
Do you want the answer?
Oh.
Do you not want to try a little bit?
Wait, what travels around the world but only stays in one corner?
I didn't get this one, but
I'll give up.
a stamp. Travels around the world. Travels around the world but stays in one corner. It's a good one.
No.
Yeah, it's a good one.
No, because when I post a letter,
Yeah.
does it actually go around the world?
Yeah. You never know. What happens if you're going from Dubai all the way around and then go Czechoslovakia, then come back to London? It was a good one.
That one shouldn't count.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah.
You don't want it to count?
I
Okay.
got them all right, but that one doesn't count.
Okay, we'll pretend that didn't happen. Okay. What belongs to you but is used more by other people?
Your name. Is that right? Yes, I think I've heard that one before.
That's all right. Thank you very much for your time. Yeah, that's it. Thanks very much for your time. Hope you have a good show as well.
Thank you very much.
Out.